I'm Lisa with Outrages You. What can a chicken teach us about the incredible way that God designed our body? Well, it's a chicken in disguise of a duck. Well, a chicken can teach us a lot. Like, when you take that chicken, bring it home, and it has the skin from head to toe, well, that is our fascia. It's like this web from head to toe. It's this amazing system of neurons. It's a highway of network and communication, and it's always transferring force, transferring communication from even our thoughts. If you've heard you got your issues in your tissues, that your fascia actually follows your posture. And the way in our habits, it will follow you. So we want to go in and see maybe what needs some light shining on it. So to talk about the fascia, and the more you understand about the fascia, the more you understand about your body, the more you understand about you. An amazing connection and how integrative you are. And so I've talked a lot about in my series, can pain be my friend? Well, feedback can be a gift. Why do I have this pain in my neck, in my hip, in my shoulder? Why is my heel killing me? Plantar fasciitis maybe showing up again or for the first time. Just talking about that. The plantar is, think of that arch like a bridge of suspension, and it's kind of a conversation about how our fascia works. It's this system that transfers force. That's the fascia part. The fascia is like the superficial covering, that web, and you can see here, but that fascia can get dry and brittle and just be pulling. And now this system is from head to toe, so it's pulling and it's gluey and it's tight. So we want to go in and see how could we create that space as it's supposed to create that mobility, ability, emotion, and movement. We want to get that hydration. So talking about the fascia, but also the myofascial. Myofascial system is the fascia and the muscle. So myo is muscle. And the fascia is wrapped around the muscle, and it's in systems. It's directional. So we want to also move in the direction of the myofascial systems, because that's the way our body was created to move. Instead of thinking about going to the gym and just doing isolated moves, so it's thinking of more functional, that every day. So we have that's why I wore this. You could see how our systems, the lateral, the rotating, the twisting, the reaching, these are everyday movements that we want to do until we're 110, 120. So we want to keep those functional movements. And I have showing the ribbons here on the lumbar flexion and from all the way to the thoracic, your spine, our hinging, our posterior system, our anterior. So we want to move in these certain directions. So we think of, a lunge is practical. Oh, we just think, oh, that's exercise. Well, walking is a lunge, running is a lunge, stepping up. And it's also needing that stability. So the myofascial really helps stabilize you, but you also have to develop the stabilization. So doing these cross movements, which I do a lot of with somatics, functional movement, because that's how the system works. And it's communicating to the nervous system too. So in the fascia system, it could start repairing, restoring, hydrating, knowing that it's safe. And so what are ways that we could do just superficially with the fascia? Well, you could do dry brushing. You could do the gua sha, scraping, put a little bit of oil on it and do it in the cross direction that the fascia is. So that web, so we want to go in that direction, and we're creating space because we don't want it all tight and brittle and pulling. So working it this way. And those tender areas, the trigger points, yeah, it hurts. Just get in there. Other ways that we could get in there, you can do a nice soft foam roller, or you could do a grid one. This has got like the little fingers on it, and I teach a whole class on this, just rolling, hydrating, getting that fascia, that tight web broken and communicating. In that roll, you got that plantar fasciitis roll, yep, go into those triggers, or you can take it, and I'll show you, just put restore, and I'll send you some videos and some tips on all the different ways that you could go into the fascia system. Prickly balls. So on the system, suspension system, the way that this cross section was created by God, the myofascial. So just even taking the arch of your foot, think of a bridge. It's got, you would not go on a bridge that's really, really stiff and it's not going to handle moves and shifts of maybe an earthquake comes. Growing up in California, that happens, it's real. So you wanted it to be able to move with all the force, all those cars that are just constantly on it. But this suspension system has been built, prepared, and strengthened for that impact. But at that bridge, what if it starts leaning more to the side? What's going on with the suspension? It starts leaning towards this way. Or you start becoming sedentary and it's not developing. Or maybe you're overrunning and doing too much on it and it hasn't been prepared. It hasn't had time to restore, because our system is also developed for pause and restoration. It needs challenge. It needs to be built, encouraged to create that stability. Stability is developed with instability, with challenge. So we want to say yes to those challenges. Or do I need to pause and evaluate what that is? So there's so much in that pause. We want to look at things, our body, our mind as a whole, to heal. And that is the fascia system. So watch for videos on particulars. Let me know. Is there a particular area that's screaming at you? Is it plantar? Is it hip? Is it shoulder? What is it? I look forward to hearing from you. I was telling you about the fascia. I thought, well, why not show you some? Talking about what does the chicken have to do with you? So the fascia that we take off the chicken, so we've got the skin here. And then do you see, it looks so good, the fascia. Such goodness. So when they were dissecting bodies, they would just like rip it off, put it to the side, and now they are, oh my goodness, that is a lot of information there. That fascia does so much for our body from head to toe. Remember, it's got even more nerves than the muscles. It's our great highway of communication. So watch the rest of the videos too. What if you felt fully cared for after spending so much of your time serving others and holding everything together for everyone else? How freeing would it feel to finally feel supported too, to feel grounded in your body, clear in your mind, steady in your emotions, confident in your presence? At Outrageous You, we help professionals reconnect to themselves from the inside out through somatic movement, Pilates, strength, and stability. Training you release tension, rebuild trust within yourself, and move through life feeling stronger and aligned using neuroscience. Backed practices with emotional regulation and coherence between the mind, heart, and gut, cultivating confidence, calm, and resilience, and through intentional wardrobing, personal expression to step forward boldly, aligned how you feel, lead, and show up in the world. This transformation coming to yourself at Outrageous You, where confidence, embodiment, and self-expression come alive, outrages you.